Hi there, a very good morning and good afternoon to all of you, depending on wherever you're watching me. This Simply Talks, and I'm here with another session with you all. And this time, this session relates to a solar energy company, a renewable energy company, which is a small cap and has been doing well over the last year or so since its listing. So, we'll discuss about that. Let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation. People taking any position to any share that I talk about should that with their own due diligence and research. And I'm not in favor or against any company that I talk about. And also, I'm not a member of the NSE and BSE. I want to make it clear I am not a portfolio advisor. So, whatever I discuss here is for educational purposes and for entertainment purposes, and just to make you understand about the companies and the market itself. And in no way I'm trying to influence you into buying or selling any stock. Kindly do check with your financial advisor and discuss with them before taking any call on any company that we talk about. Before I talk about this company, a small request is kindly support me on Patreon. Once you do that, it will help me grow the channel, help you also ask me questions and eke out answers in greater detail. Once you get the $10 membership, you'll have access to my portfolio, my watch list, and number of podcasts I put up from time to time. And also, if you can pay $100 upfront, you get 1 year access by paying for 10 months. And also, if you cannot pay on Patreon, you can join the WhatsApp membership on a yearly basis. You need to email me for that. And you can also join on YouTube and you get all the benefits of Patreon right there. You can ask me queries there and I'll answer that. So you get watch list and everything on YouTube as well if you click on the join button and join me there on YouTube on a monthly basis. So now talking about this company, let me take you to the screen of website in order to discuss about the company. The company in question in here is Gensol Engineering Limited, a very interesting company in the solar energy and this power space, and the stock has come down from the highs of 2000 and has halved from there. And even now, although the PE is around 100 but the way the company is producing results on the top line and bottom line, it looks pretty decent at the moment, trading at 8 times sales, 1300 crore market cap, so a small cap company at that. So kindly be vigilant about it. There is not a large cap company, it's a small cap company. There will be a lot of volatility, and that's why the stock went up sharply and also declined 50% from the top very quickly. So you need to understand all that part. But first, let me just make you understand about the company itself. Basically, this company is into the EPC space. This company provides project solutions as well as some products for building, you can say, infrastructure for solar panels or setting up solar industries, etc. So this is what the company does, but it has a JV with a very interesting company which is one of the leaders in this space. So just to give you an idea as to what the company does, it is in the business of solar consulting and EPC. Their service offering is into advisory for solar EPC, solar O&M, and solar monitoring and analysis. So basically, they provide consultation on how to build projects and how to establish projects in the solar space. But it also provides dedicated consultancy services for EHV, which is extra high voltage transmission lines. Now, extra high voltage transmission lines are used at uh, you can say large power grids or in large you can say infrastructural projects like railway projects, etc., where solar panels or solar power is going to be used in the future going forward. So that's where their consultation is being used. The company these are services that is included. Their past experience has been to do around 250 projects in the solar space, in the solar advisory space, 130 projects in the solar EPC space, 45 projects in the solar O&M space, and 250 projects in the solar monitoring space. So they are into this big time since the company got established. And if you look at the revenue breakup, then in FY21, sale of services accounted for nearly 70% of their total revenue, where 30% of the revenue came from the products or the goods that they sell. Now, the JV that I wanted to talk to you about is with Solaring. Solaring is an interesting company. It has 49% stake in Solaring Gensol Utilities Private Limited, which is engaged in the business of operations and maintenance of solar projects. So once you help companies of big establishment in order to how to build those solar projects, then then the JV or this company Solaring Gensol helps in maintaining those solar projects or panels going forward. So there also revenue comes in big time. Now this company Solaring is a market leader in developing and building and operating solar photovoltaic plants. This is big. So basically, they are one of the leaders, one of the top players in this solar photovoltaic plants maintenance at a global scale, and it has footprint in 14 countries with a portfolio of around 750 megawatt and 9,000 megawatt under O&M. So that's pretty huge for a company which has a market cap of 1300, 1400 crores or so. So overall, the company is doing pretty good by getting these projects in Europe, especially in the Scandinavian countries, and they have some businesses in the Middle East as well. So this is picking up big time. And I think if somebody wants to, so basically this investment, if you really want to get in here into these kind of companies, it's going to be an 8, 10, 12 year journey, not a 2, 3 year investment or a short term trade that you can do in here. So you have to get into these stocks in a staggered manner if you can, or if you have the money you can probably get in here once big time, but you need to hold over 8 to 10 years looking at the numbers, and then probably you'll be rewarded. So I'll get to the charts in a bit. Before that, let me just give you an idea of how the numbers have panned out. It has been a recent listing, so not much of a history on the numbers front as well that is available here. But if you look at it rather than quarterly, if you look at it on a yearly basis, then from March 17, sales of 62 crores, then in 69 crores in March 18, and then things picked up from 19 onwards. And really the big push happened in the last 1 year when the governments globally are going more into ESG space, and they're taking care of what how much their carbon footprint would be, and they are getting into this renewable energy space big time. It's not a thing of the past. It's not a thing that okay, we have to do this over next 10, 20, 30 years. It needs to be done immediately, and governments globally are realizing. It's not that they are not realizing, and that's where a big money is coming in, tax rebates are coming in, and that's where you see the numbers picking up as well for these kind of companies. So from 62 crores of sales in 2017, we are at 160 crores of sales in March 22, and over the last 2 3 quarters, if you look at December numbers and all these numbers all together, the company has been doing pretty well. So this has been a 2.5x jump here in the numbers itself, from 6 crores of operating profit in 21 to around 19 crores, and it's going to pick up to 40 crores this year onward. So this is not going to be something which is going to just stop midway through, and it's not going to you can say perform, and it's a cyclical kind of a thing. These kind of projects and these kind of you can say businesses are going to only pick up, and you need to pick up companies where the growth is phenomenal, and Gensol is one of them. If we go further, we look at the balance sheet. Yes, there is debt. There is debt. There's no question about it. In March 22, they picked up debt, but they needed to expand, and due to that, they had to take it. And initially, you would understand that these kind of companies with businesses of high gestation period would require that, but reserves are also increasing decently. If you look at debtor days, that has reduced to around 80 days, which is quite good, although inventory days have increased, but these keeps fluctuating seasonally. So you would need to understand that seasonality plays a big part when you consider solar panels, etc. That summer seasons are pretty big, for these companies compared to a rainy or a winter ones. In terms of shareholding pattern, this also looks pretty decent. Yes, the promoter sold a little bit of stake in the last 1 year or so it's around 65%. But FIIs have also put in their metal, and now 1.8% holding is with the FIIs. DIIs have around 0.5%, and there is, you can say, public shareholding as well in this company. So that's also pretty strong. Even in the public shareholding, you look at Prakash Jalan, who has around 4.8% stake. So this is exactly how much stake from promoter it's come down to, say, public shareholding, and basically that promoter has gone into and is recognized as a public shareholder. So again, basically promoter shareholding has not got reduced. It's around 71-72%, which is also pretty decent. So overall, this company looks pretty good. I'm not saying that this can be big over the next 1 or 2 years, but this is a very good investment that over 8-10 years, if solar this whole sector is going to perform big time, then these kind of companies should end up performing well. So this can give you northwards of 18-20% CAGR over the next 10 years, rather than 14-15% that most of the companies would in this industry. So I believe that that one can definitely put in 3-4% of their total holding into the stock. Looking at the charts per se, you look at it, so it did nothing till end of 21, and the things started to pick up in 22 from around 100 rupees onwards. And from 100, the stock went to 2000 or so, so it became a 20 bagger. And after that, after becoming 20x nearly, the stock had declined 50% and went to around 1000 levels. In fact, it went further lower to around 800 levels or so. So it declined around 60%. A good 60% retracement that happened in it, and now it is now beginning to pick up again. So these are decent levels to get in, basically with the kind of numbers that the company is producing. But don't put a lot of, you can say, investment into the stock. Put in probably 1 or 2% now, and then pick up, or gradually increase your investment as the stock goes in your favor. If you look at price to sales basis, it went to as low as 6 times, and at the peak it was trading at around 22-23 times. So one can take an average and probably say that it can very well trade at 12 to 14 times price to sales. I'm not going to put up a, you can say, a target for the stock per se, but a good 18-20%, 17-18%, 20% CAGR is a possibility over the next 8 to 10 years. So I believe Gensol is a very decent buy. So this is my video on this solar player, or the stock in the solar industry. Kindly do subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you can get my video straight away when I post it. And do support me on Patreon. Thanks a lot for watching.